I pay a visit to 3 different locations in this upcoming video. One of the locations will be the Howard Haskell house across the street there. Then we'll visit Camp Aetna in Aetna, Maine. Are there spirits wandering the grounds of Camp Aetna? And then I visit the old Damascus schoolhouse here in Carmel, Maine. When I visit the schoolhouse, something very unusual was captured. This capture ends up taking me down one heck of an amazing road. A family recently moved into the old Howard Haskell house. The husband, Mark, was skeptical about paranormal encounters until he moved into this house. They would hear loud footsteps coming from this room. Sometimes it would sound like somebody was tap dancing on the hardwood floor. I've conducted paranormal investigations in this house on 2 occasions. What's interesting, a former resident also said they heard footsteps coming from this room. Like the Lamb House, Carmel spirits come and go at this location as well. These spirits are intelligent, meaning the activity goes beyond residual hauntings. The husband and wife asked me to come to the house. While at the house, these spirits bring up a name other spirits have recently mentioned. All right. You guys in here still? I just received a text message. However, I'm just getting started with this investigation. I didn't check this message. A family member in the hospital was in critical condition and not expected to live. I remember what you guys said back here when I came up here the last time. Are you guys still here? I can't tell if that's a noise or if that's a voice. I'm going to turn the ghost box on, okay? I know you guys know how to use that. Hello? Mark? You remember Mark? Yeah? Okay, let's go to... I'm going to go to night. Whoa! I'm going to go to night. Whoa! Something touching your head?
Yeah.
They're getting stirred up.
You're okay, honey. You guys touching my wife's head?
I shouldn't pull the camera off you when that happened.
Are you?
Did somebody touch Mark's wife's head?
What? What? What is that?
I thought he said it's blown. So I don't know. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my God! I shouldn't have been looking at that.
Oh my God, no.
Whoa! Retinas. All right, you guys. You know how to use a spirit box. Is there anything you wanted to talk about? No? I'm sorry. I just received a message. My brother-in-law just died. I'm going to have to start investigating Molly. I've learned when spirits bring up a name, it's important to pay attention to what these spirits are trying to tell you. Later in this video, you'll understand why I say this. For unknown reasons, recently, the name Molly started coming up during investigations. At this time, I don't know why. Camp Aetna, located in Aetna, Maine, is located 3 miles from the Lamb House off Highway 2. Camp Aetna is a summer colony where spiritualists have held yearly meetings since 1876. A temple seating over 1,000 people, a clubhouse, and 78 cottages were built in 1880. In the late 1800s to early 1900s, thousands of New Englanders gathered at Camp Aetna during the summer season. Some locals from Carmel, Levant, Newport, and other surrounding towns were also members of Camp Aetna. Many came to Camp Aetna in hopes spiritualists would contact their loved ones who have passed. Although many people have mixed feelings as to the validity of the spiritualists or mediums, I'm not here to question their validity, but only to visit the camp out of curiosity. Are there spirit, ghosts of Aetna's past lingering on the land? Right here used to be the old hotel that burned down. Anybody out here? Whoa. What are you doing here? There get the feeling there's people looking out windows at you?
I feel some very weird here. I feel some very weird here. I feel some very... I feel some very... This is the strangest feeling in the world. Your house still tops the charts, but this is like caused by something else. Like people, you know, what's called
Cause an unrest. An unrest feeling.
Do you almost feel like it hurts right bad?
Bleep. I might use this in the
My bleep
video.
hurts so bad.
I'd love to do a paranormal investigation here.
Are all of these being used at this time or some empty?
I don't know.
I hope your phone picks that up. We were yelled at to get that. It was loud.
How you guys feel?
My head hurts.
I'm curious.
What are you curious about? Show me.
What are you curious about?
Point in the direction you're curious.
Just all of it.
All of
The
it?
whole place in
It
general?
fascinates you?
Yeah. Draws you in.
It's supposed to.
Really makes you want to go look inside the houses.
Whoa.
To the three spirits that I saw standing here, is there anything you guys want to say? The one by the door, do you want to jiggle the lock? Let us know that you're here. Maybe a knock, a sound.
See how this house has no corners?
Isn't that strange?
Anybody in there? Whoa. Anybody like to talk with us? Hello? Tara's going to ask if they know they are at Camp Aetna. 4 voices will respond with yes.
Did you guys know you're at Camp Aetna? Was it Camp Aetna back in the day?
Yes.
Was that? That was cool. It sounded like, yeah.
Low. Were you one of the medium spiritualists here back in the day? Hello?
Even if you're not from the spiritualist camp, is there anything that you would like to say to us? There's a woman's name on this. Mary Vanderbilt. Is she here?
Mary Vanderbilt was born in 1867. Her mother died when she was 3 years old. Mary was raised by her aunt. Mary was believed to be a gifted medium at the age of 15. Mary was reluctant to train as a medium, but eventually followed the path of spiritualism. Mary spent her first 6 years holding private seances as a medium. It was believed a Native American girl named Bright Eyes spoke through Mary. It wasn't uncommon over 5,000 people attended Camp Aetna during her demonstrations. Mary continued her practice at the Camp Aetna for 17 years. She was considered one of the most renowned mediums during this time. On April 27, 1919, Mary passed away after a lengthy illness. Her ashes were interred at Camp Aetna.
There's a woman's name on this. Mary Vanderbilt. Is she here? No reply to that one. No reply to that one.
Was this the faint voice of Mary Vanderbilt? Does her spirit reside at Camp Aetna? I find it interesting most responses took place here, close to the Mary Vanderbilt Memorial. Our next stop, Carmel, Damascus School. I couldn't find information the exact date the schoolhouse was built. We do know the schoolhouse is on the 1875 map of Carmel. The building is located next to the William Corliss old farmhouse. This old farmhouse investigation was featured on Travel Channel's Season 2 Paranormal Caught on Camera. Also featured the schoolhouse. It's estimated the schoolhouse doors were open over 100 years, closing in 1963. Today the building is used for storage. At one point electricity was installed to the school. However, I don't see any signs plumbing was ever installed. The interior structure is original. There are some items in the building left over when the school closed. These are clips from different time periods I walked through the building. Right there is the old outhouse where they used these bathrooms. Is there anything you'd like to say? Hello? Wow, I heard that. Hello? And that rope that you see right there goes up to where the school bell is. Are you guys here? Did you used to play this piano? Is there anybody here that was alive in Carmel back in the day? I'd like to hear from you, if you're here. Are you surprised the schoolhouse is still standing? Well, I gotta go. I was hoping I'd hear from you. Maybe one day I'll be back and I can stay and talk longer. Goodbye. Hope to be back again one day. Now, there are times I've done investigations that once you understand a spirit, who they were in life, and you start investigating when their names come up, once you do that, then their names come up quite a bit. Then other spirits will get involved and give you information about the person you're asking the questions on. This was the case in this investigation. There were two EVPs that caught my attention. After enhancing and slowing down these EVPs, I was able to make out the name. I remember hearing this name before. In fact, the name has come up other times during investigations over the past 4 years. But I never pointed these out in the videos. Many names come up during investigations. I focus on the names that come up the most. 2 years ago, I conducted an investigation in Carmel at a house on Highway 69. The family experienced strange paranormal activity after they received news the house they were living in was going to be demolished, and they were going to have to move. The young son in the home saw a female apparition standing next to his baby sister's crib. The boy was startled. He quickly got his mother. The mother looked in the bedroom. There stood an apparition of a female. All right, Rob, you were talking about you guys saw an apparition here in this room with your daughter.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened with it?
Well, when she was a little baby in her crib right here, one of my sons come in and come running out screaming, saying that there was a woman standing over Lacey and she was talking to her. And then the wife come running in and she saw it too, and they both come running out screaming. A buddy of mine lived here in the past, and he saw the same woman with the white gown and white dress, whatnot on.
What did she look like? Did she have a color?
He said all three of them had described her with long dark hair and just like a white nightgown or a white dress.
How old did she look?
They said between their 20s and 30s area.
When Rob described what this female apparition looked like, I saw the same apparition more than once outside the Lamb House. A lady in white with long dark hair. I continued the investigation inside the Lamb House. 2 years ago, during this investigation, I heard the same name from the old schoolhouse come up. Unfortunately, 2 years ago, I didn't have the right equipment to slow the audio down and enhance. At 2 separate locations, the name came up. You guys able to tell me who this lady is? That she has dark hair. I've seen her. She has dark hair. You've seen her? she wandering around Carmel? I've seen her out front here to this house. Ma'am, the lady in white with the long dark hair. Are you here? Can you tell me your name, please? There was, in fact, a Myrna Fahey from Carmel. Today, hardly anybody knows her name, and very few people remember her. Myrna Elizabeth Fahey was born in Carmel on March 12, 1933. Her parents were Francis Edward Fahey and Olivia Newcomb. In the early 1940s, the family moved to Southwest Harbor, of all places. When Myrna became a young adult, in 1954, her dream was to become an actress. She moved to California where her dreams were coming true. Myrna was best known for her role in the Walt Disney Zorro and as Madeline Usher in The Fall of the House of Usher. She also appeared in Bonanza, Maverick, 77 Sunset Strip, The Adventures of Superman, Daniel Boone, Perry Mason, Batman, and she was a regular in The Father of the Bride. In 1973, she appeared in the TV movie The Great American Beauty Contest as Miss Utah. Unfortunately, this would be her last role as an actress. After an extensive battle with cancer, on May 6, 1973, Myrna died of cancer at St. John's Hospital in Santa Monica, California. She is buried at Mount Pleasant Catholic Cemetery in Bangor, Maine. Is Myrna Fahey the lady in white with the long dark hair? Before I say she is, I need more confirmation. I continue the investigation. What these spirits say completely blew me away. Myrna! When I did the investigation of the lady in white with the long dark hair that was looking at Lacey and that I captured out front here, was that you? Are you the lady in the white dress with the long dark hair? Yes? And I heard Fahey.
I thought I heard that, but I wasn't sure.
Are you the lady in the white dress with the long dark hair? Yes? A visitor that came to the Lamb House uses a Neglophonic app. I haven't used this app before. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. But I figure the spirits in the Lamb House wouldn't have a problem coming through this device. No, twice.
Who's here? Give us the name.
Myrna! Myrna, are you here? Myrna, can you verify your last name so I know for sure it's you? Fahey, there she was. But why would the spirit of Myrna Fahey be in Carmel? She was born here, but moved to Southwest Harbor as a child. As a young adult, she followed her dreams, moving to California and became an actress. Wouldn't her spirit want to stay in a location she loved the most? I started doing research into the life of Myrna. If she is in Carmel, why? I contacted an older resident of Carmel who would have known Myrna or have first-hand information about her. I first asked him if he knew of the house Myrna lived in as a child. He didn't know of the house the Faheys lived in before moving to Southwest Harbor, but he said every summer Myrna would come back to Carmel, and she stayed the summer in Carmel with family. She would visit family up until she moved to California. In fact, before moving to California, Myrna lived in Carmel. She worked in Bangor. I asked him if he knew of the house she stayed in here in Carmel during the summer. What he said sent me into complete shock. He said she stayed with her father's family, the old Fahey house right across the street from me. When I learned Myrna Fahey's family from the Fahey side lived across the street, and Myrna stayed in this house during the summer for many years, I felt like the world just got much smaller. Myrna's mother's side were the Newcombs. She also spent time at her mother's family's home on Highway 69 in the summer. There's a good possibility Myrna knew the Colsons, who bought the Lamb House in 1947. Myrna would have been 14 years old. I can't help but wonder, did Myrna ever come across the street to the Lamb House to visit with the Colsons and their children? Today, most of the structure of the Fahey house is original with the exception of the kitchen, living room, and bathroom downstairs. This is the original front door. All the walls, hardwood floor, and doors upstairs are original. We are guessing, with this being the smaller bedroom, it's possible Myrna stayed in this room during the summer. This is not surprising. The owner of the house today says she does experience events in the house that would be classified as paranormal. During our walkthrough, there were EVPs captured.
this is the most original, that they didn't touch anything.
Whoa. Whoa. Now the dots are connecting. I believe Myrna is in fact a wandering spirit to different locations in Carmel. The house where her apparition was seen while looking at Lacey in her crib also is on Highway 69. Her apparition appearing in front of the Lamb House now makes sense. After doing more research into Myrna Fahey, I was really puzzled by other connections. Growing up in California, 2 times my mother appeared on a Catholic TV talk show. Myrna Fahey was Catholic and once appeared on the same network. When I was a kid, I was watching an episode of Batman. Myrna Fahey guest starred in an episode I was watching. I quickly grabbed my mother and brought her to the TV saying, "Mommy, look, you're on TV again." For Myrna Fahey and my mother looked a lot alike. This is my mother back then. Another strange coincidence, if you want to call it a coincidence, Myrna guest starred on an episode of Bonanza. While in the scene with Michael Landon, she was standing close to the horse used on the TV show. This is the horse Michael Landon used in the TV show. My mother's uncle and aunt in California bought this horse when the horse was retired. In fact, I touched this horse as a child when we visited them. So let me get this straight so I get my facts straight on it. The horse that was in the spotted horse that was in Bonanza that Michael Landon rode, that was, who was the family members, our family members that owned that horse?
Remember Uncle Howard and Aunt Shirley, my cousins?
Yes.
Okay, well, they got that horse.
Okay.
The horse was retired because it got older and stuff, and so they just sold it, and so my aunt and uncle got it.
In 1973, when Myrna passed away from cancer, we were living in Long Beach, not far from the location where Myrna passed away. Many, many years later, hundreds upon hundreds of miles away. What are the odds I'd live right across the street where Myrna stayed in the summer? But why would Myrna's spirit be in Carmel? If her spirit was going to linger somewhere, why not in California where her home was, where all of her friends lived, where she was probably most happy? But was she really happy in California? Was her career as an actress her most prized possession in life? I became curious and looked up how many actors, actresses, singers, and celebrities who committed suicide, deaths from drug overdoses, or died of alcoholism. This was something I've never looked into. I was beyond shocked over the number of celebrity suicides, drug and alcohol-related deaths. Why were there so many? Is it possible all of these celebrities reached their dreams in life, and they are left with no more dreams to reach? Where do you go after all your dreams are fulfilled? The sad part of Myrna Fahey's life, although she starred in Father of the Bride, in real life she never became a bride. She never had the opportunity of having children of her own. Is it possible when she was dying of cancer, did she look back at her life knowing her most fond memories were in Carmel as a child, as a young adult? Was Carmel a place where she was most happy in life? Is it possible, never having children of her own, as a ghost was she looking in on Lacey? Did this bring her some happiness and comfort watching a baby sleep in a crib? When Lacey's family moved from Highway 69, they moved to the old farmhouse next to the Damascus school. While they were in the process of moving, I came to the house to get video footage for an upcoming video about the old farmhouse. There, standing inside the house, again, a lady in white with long dark hair. I was able to capture a still shot of her in the living room close to Lacey's toys. I have no doubt this is in fact Myrna Fahey. But why would her spirit also visit the old Damascus schoolhouse? She attended Carmel Grammar School. However, the school building today no longer exists. As a child, did she know other children who attended this school? Does she have fond memories from this old schoolhouse? I come back to do another investigation at this old schoolhouse for answers. Why would Myrna Fahey be here in this schoolhouse as well? Anybody here? Come back to see if there's anybody here. Hello? I've come back for a visit. Are you in here? Disembodied voice of a female. Hello? That was a very clear, very distinguished, disembodied voice of a female, no doubt. Hello? Myrna, is that you? Myrna, is that you? All right, somebody's touching me right now. Somebody's touching me. Myrna, are you here? Myrna, why did you come back to Carmel? I believe Myrna came home to Carmel, a place where she is most happy to be. Like Rachel, her heart is happy. Did Mary Vanderbilt and Myrna Fahey come back to a place of fond memories? Did they feel at home in the afterlife? If you're ever in Carmel and come across a lady in white with long dark hair, you may have just crossed paths with Myrna Fahey.